Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the new Big K.R.I.T album, KRIT Iz Here. This is the fourth studio album from the southern hip-hop artist. Big K.R.I.T had a double LP released in 2017. It was a very ambitious output despite signing to a major label to release some commercially bland and by-the-numbers projects in 2012 and 2014. This is an artist I have limited exposure to, but I do have an interest in because of Yelawolf. Either way, my interest has been piqued, and that is with me sitting on the fence about Yelawolf's record, and I'm still here to listen to this new Big K.R.I.T project. Starting off with the positives, I think this record gets off on the right foot with K.R.I.T here, and I love the stop and start drum beat, which is pretty captivating. It's an engaging song for its rattling sub bass and confident staccato flow, and that's an accomplishment because I'm not usually the biggest fan of staccato flows in hip hop. The interlude on the second track, High End Country, it kind of plays like a Waiting for Godot play narrative. This narrative comes full circle on the closing track, Mississippi, which brilliantly fuses big band jazz bass and horns with trap beats. And even on the penultimate track, Life in the Sun, we get this breathtaking piano and galloping snare. It feels like the southern rendition to an old school Kanye beat. Unfortunately, with this waiting game that we have at the beginning of the album to the end, not much in between these opening and closing songs are that interesting to me. It makes this album just mediocre at best. Like, there might be one other positive on this record with the song I've Been Waitin', which is a brief little bop. The production is surely encapsulating, and the dynamics rise and fall with this natural pacing. But we also get songs on this project like Every Time and I Made, which are middle of the road. We have some bare beats on here. The instrumental is not really doing much to stick in my memory. The flows are also a little repetitive at times, really bone dry when it comes to anything stimulating, and the features on this album are mediocre too. The singles that have been dropping over the past year or so might be the best moments on this project, with Addiction, Prove It, Energy, and Learn from Texas. The first two dropped earlier this year, and the last two I listed off there came from 2018. I would recommend those tracks in addition to the ones I mentioned at the beginning of the review. Now, from there on out, the rest of this album kind of just fluctuates between mediocre and like, why is this a thing? There's a song on here, Obvious. It's a sensual song. It goes over better than a lot of the sensual flavored tracks that Yelawolf has put together in his past. Its instrumental is slick and it is captivating in that way, but the vocals are just too reminiscent of Chris Brown, and I'm turned off while listening to it. And the southern dialect, rap, flow, whatever you want to call this stuff, it really gets on my nerves with the track Believe, which is also Yelawolf inspired. This time in the vocals, but at least again, the beat is a bit more buoyant in the way to make it middle of the road. I can't think of better words to describe this than just like okay. There are a couple of bad songs though, with Blue Flame, the interlude, and High Beams. I think Blue Flame adds this weird pacing to the record. It elevates the energy and comes across with a very high octane performance, but then it just loses me with the next song very quickly with Blue Flame Ballet. And High Beams is just like a Lil Nas X vocal like performance. I just feel like it's over top of this sultry and minimal dusky R&B instrumental. Now overall, with the new Big K.R.I.T album, I would say it could have been better if the fat were trimmed in certain places. If I didn't have to listen to one mediocre song after another during the middle portion of the album, we might have something better on our hands here. Unfortunately, we don't. Of course, remember, you have to be somewhat of a fan of southern rap to get into this album if you're going to check it out. I just find this one to be really inconsistent, and I wouldn't really check it out other than the songs I am recommending. I think we're just in one of those cases where the high points are incredibly high and the low points just aren't up to par. And if they are up to par, they are just So with that being said, I'm feeling a 5 out of 10 on this album. A lot of disparity and spread between the quality of tracks. Sound off down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know what you think of the album. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a rockin' day.